Greetings and welcome to Lightworkers sharing their gifts. And we have all the way from New Jersey, the goddess herself, Karen. Welcome to the Sharing Your Gifts.
Oh, thank you so much, goddess. It's wonderful to be here with you. And I am so honored. And I thank you so much for having me on your show today. It's a pleasure. It's always a joy to be with you. You're such a light.
Oh, thank you so much, virtual hug you. I appreciate that. And you know what? This show, and it's a segment, show is about your beautiful way that you're showing up to serve for others. So please tell everyone about you, not just necessarily what we're going to talk about today, but about you in general. Please go right ahead.
Thank you so much. You know, I'm kind of like the norm with people. We all love to talk about ourselves. So that's really easy to do. I am from New Jersey, and I thank you so much for that. I am certified as a personal development coach. And what I really do, no, not what I do, who I am is the goddess, as you introduced me. And what I want your audience to know about that is I present myself into the world from the core of who I am, and that's the divine feminine. And that's why I use the term goddess. I don't use it as look at what I am or the presentation or the outside. It's that compassionate, loving, vibrant, sensual, sexy, full of life goddess that lives from there. I really enjoy serving others, but you know what? Key to know about me is I am definitely a proponent of my self-care first, coming from a very selfless place, so that when I do show up in the world, I'm showing up as my best because I take care of me. So, you know, that's really important.
And your backstory is very interesting, and how you got here.
Yeah, how I got there, exactly. And that I was going to move into. I have been through any and every kind of trauma in life that you could possibly think of, except for the death of a child. That I haven't experienced. But I have come from poverty. I have come from addiction. I have overcome very violent abuse. I have overcome 11 invasive body surgeries. As a matter of fact, in June, this past June of 2020, June 25th, I had my 4th open heart surgery. It was all about the valves. So I have been able to thrive in life, not a survivor, a thriver.
Yes.
Yeah. I love to really emphasize that, because I feel like for a lot of people, not everyone, but for a lot of people, when we talk about being a survivor, that kind of keeps us in the victim story. And how do we move from that victim story into, hey, I'm living life full on. I like to say I'm living life large. It's joyful and it's exuberant. So yeah, I've really come a long way in life, and I'm ready to just share the best me I can. I've been on a spiritual journey, really on that quest to know that goddess within me and what created her for, 35, almost 40 years now. And that's really, you know, where I come from. And I'm a huge animal lover.
Yes. And yeah,
animals.
I love how you put that, and someone's just really saying so much wonderful stuff, but I don't know who it is because their name is not coming up. Darn it. So living life large, woo woo, and a survivor, but a thriver. And I really like that, because many people that I've been talking to, they're even coming up with that, and they're saying, I'm not surviving anymore because it keeps me in that vibrational field. And I'm like, oh, thank you, because I hear that all the time. And I'm like, no. Every moment we are really thriving as we show up with our activities. And I'm not saying that we're showing up and we're making a difference. I'm saying we're showing up, we're doing the activities, coming from a self-centered, I like to call it centered on self, because like they just said, the spiritual journey is beautiful and sacred. and it's for sure. But you have to take you, Karen, for open hearts. You don't take care of you. You're not.
Exactly. And 2 of those surgeries in 2007 were 10 days apart. So when I say I've had it, I've had it. And what I have learned to do in life with this spiritual path is to take what would be described in a natural sense or in just a common sense way as, wow, that was really a dark time. That was really horrible. No, that was the best gift I could have been given, because that made me really dig into what is the purpose. My purpose in life is not my job. And that's one of the things that I also love to teach is especially women of a certain age, because that's kind of my niche, women of a certain age, let's kind of disconnect or at least release the labels that we are given and just come from that natural state of being, that natural sense of who we are from the Creator. So anything and everything I have been through, I'm not going to say it wasn't hard, girl. It was hard. It was hard stuff. However, I have been blessed to have a gift to be able to go, all right, that happened. It was really bad. Violence against my body, mind, and soul was really bad. But what do I do with it? How do I move forward from that? Not how do I be in that? How do I move forward in life and really show up? And it's not that I'm going to tell you a secret. So all of you out there, you're getting a secret. It's not that I sit back and say, oh, thank you, universe. All those things made me who I am today. Because that's not true. I made me who I am today. Because I opened myself up to say, all right, that was a bunch of crap, but I can make something out of that. And I can do good with that. I didn't ask for all of that. I didn't want all of that, but I got it. So now what do I do with it?
And I love how you did that, Karen. And I want to shout out to Ivy that's on. It's just, she's just, Ivy is amazing. Yay. And saying that, challenges are teaching moments, and, a breakdown is a breakthrough, and into step into it thriving with what activity do I need to make? And many people, especially now with the isolation and what's happening, will sit back and just go, oh, who knows about the nation and the politics, or who knows what's going to happen with the COVID. The 19, and they'll sit back and just go, oh, I'm good because I can just watch Netflix and do whatever I want. And no, there is ones that are helping to really shine the light and keep shining the light. And that's what you're doing with your coaching. And what do you call it? Something specific, your coaching?
It's soul connection. It's soul connection, holistic coaching, transformational coaching. My niche is working with women of a certain age to help them reawaken the goddess that lives within them. Because see, here's the thing that I feel gets lost in translation, especially in a lot of the spiritual teachings, is that we already are all of the goodness, all of the glory. We already are the being that we want to be. It's already within us. We just have years and social media and culture just comes in and dampens that. And that's what my joy is to do, is to help you remember who you truly are at the core of your being, and to remind people that we are not human doings. We're human beings. Let's be what we were created to be. I too get very concerned about where we are in our culture these days. However, it doesn't pull me down, and it doesn't stop me from doing and being whatever I need to, so that when I remove the labels and all of the judgment and all of the criticalness and all that stuff, that reminds me, one key place that I feel we all really need to continue to work on much more efficiently, I don't want to say better because some do it really well, is our own self-talk. What are we saying about ourselves? You know, when I'm in judgment of somebody else's behavior, guess what? I'm only judging myself.
I'm echoing that. Yes.
I don't know if you ever studied or read or heard of Debbie Ford and her teaching of the dark side of the light chasers. It's shadow work. You know, when we judge and look and critique and criticize someone else for any kind of behavior they have, that's because it's something within us that we're judging and we don't like. And we need to be the ones to hold ourselves accountable for our own actions and behaviors. So going back to where we started, when I stay with my practices and my rituals of self-care, and there's many of them, but I keep it simple. I do a few things in the morning that start my day. And when I come from that place, I'm showing up, not for anybody else. I'm serving me. And when I serve me, I'm automatically serving you because I am giving to you an energy and I am giving to you. We all have a light. Every single one of us come from light and we are the light. Some just have a small flicker and we need to fan that flicker. So let us be, you know, it's a fabulous way to be in life, is to just say, you know what, you go ahead and you think the way you need to, you do what you need to do. I'm going to come from here. And hopefully by osmosis, somebody might get that.
And it does work every time. And, you know, I hear you. And they're even saying breakdowns are good, you know, and someone in Ivy, you know, is also the growth and that the less than you really can step into your spiritual self, your self-centeredness as you and shine on. I love that you put that. Love that. When I'm serving me, I'm automatically serving you. And that is so true, because when we sit and try to like over and over and over and over with somebody that's just stuck, they get stuck on all this instead of moving forward by saying, okay, let me show you some simple. And that's beautiful.
Exactly. And, you know, there is the spiritual principle and the spiritual law that giving is receiving and receiving is giving. It's no different. I give what I have and it comes back to me. So when I'm putting something out, it's coming back. Do have to be very careful with what I'm putting out sometimes, because I don't want some of that coming back, you know, but it is definitely an ebb and a flow of life of just what I'm putting out comes back to me. We live in a universe that only knows yes. So whatever we're asking for, whatever we're presenting, it's going to be responding with a yes. It's called ordering from the cosmic kitchen.
Yes.
Yes. So to keep it simple so that people may get a better understanding of that, I use the analogy when working with my clients. If I go to a steakhouse for dinner, and I sit down and the server comes up and wants to know my order, I don't turn and say, I'll have a piece of beef, please. I specifically ask filet mignon, New York strip, whatever may be on the menu that's enticing me. That's the way I order from the cosmic kitchen of the universe. I get clear and specific and order what I desire. Does it always show up the way I think it will or the way I want it to?
Not always.
No.
Yeah, but you know what? Question here. I apologize for interrupting, and it's a good one. So Karen can maybe because of her coaching and what she does and helpful is Jackie is asking just maybe a little tip about how you get unstuck.
Jackie, great question. It's really hard. So there's a Buddhist koan that says, You cannot teach a hungry man how to meditate. You must feed him first. And that's with being stuck. When you are in a stuck place, it's very hard, or can be challenging, to get unstuck. Einstein said it. You can't solve a problem with the same thinking that created it. So a quick tip, Jackie, I always start with gratitude. That really moves me through into, all right, now I'm in a better vibratory action in my body, because I find things that are good in my life and that I'm grateful for. And then I can go ahead and start asking a question. I'm one for asking the universe questions as though it's my partner sitting there. What else is possible? When I'm stuck, what else is possible? Because my mind won't think of the possibilities. It'll keep yapping the story of you can't have. It'll keep yapping the you're stuck story. So I just keep asking, what else is possible? What else is possible? What else is possible? Excuse me, what else is possible? And I can go from there. There's lots of tips, Jackie, and all of the audience, that we can really use. Again, writing a gratitude, taking a breath, cleansing the toxins from within our bodies. It is, okay, it's really very important for people to understand the physical body has its own brain and memory process as the mind does. So I need to open up my chakras, especially my heart chakra, to be able to start getting clear. And it's breathing from the diaphragm, which is right underneath the rib cage. Your rib cage opens up out. Right underneath that, it's a big muscle. And when I use that to breathe from by expanding out with my inhale, yeah, show us, baby. That's it. Put your hand on it. So you expand out really large with that inhale in through the nose. And then when you're exhaling, you press back from the navel. It's as though there's a string from the spine connected to the navel, and it's pulling it back. And we really deflate in, getting a cleansing breath going, a nice with the release. Yeah. Another good one is lion's breath. Great when you're in a stuck, that, and getting the tongue out. That's lion's breath. I also happen to be certified as an Ayurvedic yoga instructor. So I'm all about the breath work. That's the beginning, Jackie, of where we can start to, all right, now I'm in a different place mentally, physically, and emotionally that I can start creating from. You know, my cheapest way to tell you, my easiest, is get the heck out of your own way. One of the other ways with it is the saboteur. Being stuck or feeling like I'm stuck is my saboteur giving me a message. So I've named my saboteur, and his name is Bob. And when Bob wants to start, you're stuck, you can't do this, you can't do that, this is impossible, blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Bob, for your service. I don't need you right now. Please have a seat and be quiet. And if Bob wants to really keep yapping at me, I tell him to shut the F up and go sit down, and I yell at him.
There you go. There you go.
Bob, you know, it's staying unstuck, Jackie, is really more of the difficult part than being stuck. It's so
true. It is so true. And it's this Astra science from from Harvard even said, it's not the problem of getting stuck, it's getting out of stuck. And the thing is, Ivy, thank you so much for all of your comments. It's awesome and understanding. And then Jackie and everyone, being stuck is first being aware that, yes, I feel stuck. I am feeling stuck, being aware of it. and then coming from your heart and coming from here of what's my responsibility and what can I do? And then here is taking the action, head set, heart set, gut set, putting all of them together. And that's what you're saying with the breath.
Absolutely.
And so powerful.
Yeah.
And I love that you named it. I love that you named that, because for me, it's just like, and I will do that.
Right.
Why am I, how do I feel? How do I feel? How do I feel? How do I feel? What's next? What's next?
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Absolutely. It's the simple questions. What else is possible?
It is.
And for me, I know I'm one. I'm one with you. I'm one with everyone here. I'm one with the creator. I'm one with the universe. I understand all of that. I use all of my characters that live within me as partners, and I have conversations with them. Thich Nhat Hanh says, when stress comes about, invite it to come in and have a cup of tea. Sit down, my darling. Tell me, what do you need me to hear? So when I'm feeling that stuck or something's turmoil and going on within me, I ask, who in me needs to be heard?
Mm-hmm.
Who in me needs to be heard? And what do you need me to know?
Beautiful.
And you can go from there. And Jackie, something's really, and I don't mean to keep picking out Jackie, because Jackie, that was such a fabulous question. And it's one I get quite often from most clients. Call me because they are stuck, or they feel they're stuck. The other part of that, as you really alluded to, Angel, is all of what we think is happening either around us or in us is just a story. It's just perception, and it's just the story we create. So when I'm in big story, when the storyteller's really going at me, I have to sit back and come back to the core. And I also want to bring up another area where I work with a lot of people. I feel that we have really done a disservice to our culture when we talk so much about you must love yourself. You can't love yourself till you like yourself. You have to like yourself first. Let's start there, and then we can move into the love. I will tell you, Angel, there is not every day of the week or every minute of a day that I love me, but I usually like me. Like, all right, you might be a little cranky pant today, but I still like you, and then I can move in. Another area and another tool I use a lot for helping clients or even myself, sticky notes on my bathroom mirror. If I can recognize, just as you said, Angel, that awareness, if I can recognize that I am stuck, I need to just do a little more digging to find out, what does that stuck mean? Where am I stuck? What does that feel like? And then I'm able to flip it with some form of an affirmation, and I put it on my bathroom mirror on a sticky note. And every morning while I'm doing my thing, I'm looking at that sticky note, repeating. My journey started, as I said, spiritual path not my spiritual path, my investigation, my quest on my spiritual path. I've always been a spiritual being. Started about 35, 40 years ago with Louise Hay. And Louise Hay, a teacher, always was about the affirmation. I was not even able to put up, I like myself, because that's when I was coming out of addiction and lots of domestic abuse and very violent attacks, that I had very low self-esteem. I was still under the rock. And what I started with was a sticky note on my bathroom mirror that said, I'm okay. I'm
simple,
okay.
Simple, very simple. And I love that.
Girl, if I can't keep it simple, I'm not doing it.
There you go. And and Ivy's saying that she's going to name hers a negative Nelly. I love that.
Yeah.
And that sticky notes she has everyone. And Louise Hay, that was 25 years ago. I started with her and really changed a lot of my life. And, we only have about 5 more minutes.
Okay.
And do you have, because you're coaching, I love what you're saying. And I know that it's resonating with people. And I know that your sister needs this, your brother needs this, your mom needs this. So please share this, because Karen has a special coaching for everyone that for today, that I'm really going to encourage you that if this is resonating, if this is something that, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling like you're not really stepping in, go ahead, Karen, and tell us what's going on. What kind of special do you have today?
Thank you. I want to offer the audience and anyone that is going to share it with someone they know, but please make sure you let them know that it was from here and from Angel Marie's show that you saw me on, that I will offer them a complimentary clarity session.
Woo, woo, woo.
And you know what? I'm in a giving mood today because I really feel very strongly about the work I do. And Ivy does work too, coaches, and yourself, Angel Marie, we really feel strongly. I am going to offer, I'm going to offer your audience and anyone that they share it with that specifically says, I got your information from Angel Marie's Shine On Show. I'm going to offer you 10% discount off of my 6-month coaching program.
Holy moly. So I just put it up there. I just posted it. Plus it's going there. That's Central centralover60.com, and then / go ahead and put that. I already put it in there, and get that discount, and also get that 45 minutes with Karen.
Yeah.
Because it will help you to catapult your vibration. It'll give you some activities that will help you to see your life in a different way. And isn't that what we all want? Because as we're in this isolation, as we're still here to deal with ourselves.
Yeah. Well, this is, here's how I look at 2020. To me, 2020 was one of the biggest blessings that we could have ever received.
I believe, yeah.
The spiritual teacher I follow said, it is as though the universe said, okay, you need a time out to sit and think. And so many people really recognized in that last year just what was and what wasn't working for them. However, they're in that hallway in between, that limbo of that's not what I want anymore, just not sure what do I want and where and how to go about getting that. And that's where a lot of the clarity sessions come in, and working with the coach of, myself, removing what is no longer serving a purpose to move you and level you up to your next highest and best, because that's all we all really want. One of the actions, I guess I want to say, that I really want to just end with is, I want everyone, especially women, I want you to feel seen, heard, and valued.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And if you can't give that to yourself, please connect with me, and I will teach you how to value yourself.
Oh, that's so powerful. Please, everyone, the link is there. Ask for help. This is something that, yes, I say all the time, ask for help, step out. Karen is offering a beautiful complimentary session with her that can catapult you into a completely different place in your life. So take her up on this. I just love all you gave a lot of value today, lots of tools for people to do. And Ivy is saying perfect last words, Karen. Yes, I'm so with you. Women need to feel valued. So powerful. And 10% off is huge, and it's a 6-month. And I'm telling you, just over one session with Karen will change your perception of not only who you are, but the world. So I'm really encouraging you, go ahead and go to that centralover60.com. I put it in the comments. go to that. Reach out, ask for help. It's time for you.
Yeah, I thank you. I cannot tell you how honored I feel to be here with you and all of you. And Ivy, you are such a goddess. I thank you for all your comments. I feed off of Ivy when she's around. It's like I think we feed off each other, but I really enjoy. And Sherry was on here. Hi, Goddess Sherry.
Yes.
And then anyone else that I may not know, please say hi.
Yes, and so we're gonna end right now. And thank you so much, Karen, for being here. And we'll see you guys next week. And thank you again for that free gift. Take her up on this. Check her out. Go for it there. And so I'm gonna end with always knowing. And she's like, "Aw," I was like,
"Oh, thanks, I love you too, Goddess.
Love everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And remember to change your mindset, energize your life, and shine on. Till next time. We'll see you next week. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Yay.